Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Juliet of Jules Closet, and if it's your first time joining us, you're highly welcome. Please do well to like, share, subscribe to the channel for more of these amazing tutorials. So today's tutorial is a continuation on the sewing part of this beautiful bustier blouse. My previous video was on the cutting aspects of this blouse, so do well to check it out on my channel. Also, you should watch to the end of this tutorial because you'll be having so much to learn. For this blouse, I'll be making use of this plain doll face fabric and I'll be matching it with this lining. This was what I had available. I'll also be making use of this pepper stay to make the lining and my fabric thicker. Then this is my wadding or bust padding just to elevate the bust area. I already have my front and back pepper pattern cut out, so I'll go ahead to place it on my fabric to cut this out. I placed my fabric on fold, and where I have the folded end will be our center front because that part doesn't have any opening. And I've also added half-inch allowance all around the areas of my pattern, except for the center front that has the fold and also the sides, since we've added allowance to the sides when we cut the pattern. I'm also adding allowance to the bottom part because I didn't add when I cut this pattern, and I want the top to be longer since it has an extension at that front part. And after then, I'll go ahead and cut this out. I've also cut out the back part of this blouse with the pattern, so I cut for the main fabric and for the lining piece. And you'll be cutting this on fold, that is 2 pieces each. For the front part, I've also cut out my lining pieces and the bust padding. So for this bust padding, you'll be cutting it out with your main fabric that you've already added allowance to, and it will be stopping just at the under bust point. I've gone ahead to iron my pepper stay to my main fabric and my lining piece, and this is what it looks like. The next thing I'll do is to open up my main fabric just like you see me doing, then bring in my bust padding and arrange it appropriately on the main fabric. Then I can go ahead and iron this to it. After then, I can now join the pieces together with my half-inch sewing allowance. I'm done joining them together, and this is what it looks like. I'll just trim off the sides of my bust padding a little bit just like you see me doing. After then, I'll go ahead to notch the sides of this stitch just to make it more flexible. For the back piece, I've gone ahead to join it together. So now I have 2 pieces for my back piece, and you can see the center back where we'll be having our zip. Turning my front piece to the right side, this is what it looks like, and you can see how well formed my cup is. So once you follow this method, yours will turn out as good as this. And you can also see that the inside is free, it just has the bust padding supporting it. The next thing I'll be doing is to work on the chest line so that I'll be able to get my sweetheart curve. So now measuring what I have here, it's actually more than my chest line measurement. That is the distance between my 2 armholes. And this is because I added about 1 inch allowance at the sides when I was cutting this out, just in case. Now my correct chest line measurement is about 13 inches, so I'll be cutting that out. So bringing in my pattern paper just to confirm the measurement, you can see the extra 1 inch that we added by the side. So I'm going to take it out, but still leaving the allowance that I have by the side. So before you do this, you have to confirm your chest line measurement. I measured out the 13 inches and I'll be adding my half-inch sewing allowance by the side. Then I'll go ahead to cut out the excess remaining. I closed my fabric like so and measured out the same thing I did on the front part just to make sure I cut this equally. Then I'll go ahead and cut off the excess. Still holding my fabric together in place like this, I'll be drafting out my sweetheart neckline. From that top point, I went down by 1.5 inches. You can decide to make use of 2 inches or 2.5 inches, depending on how deep you want your curve to be. So from the armhole line, I'll be connecting it with a curve down to meet that point. Then I'll go ahead and cut this out. And this is what my sweetheart neckline looks like. You can see how beautiful it turned out. So if you want yours to go in deeper, you can make use of more than 1.5 inches. So for my front lining, I'll go ahead and do exactly the same thing I've done for the main fabric to it. Starting with adjusting the armhole to making the sweetheart neckline. Before joining the sides, I'll be readjusting the upper side of my front piece. So remember, I added extra 1 inch allowance because of the darts we had. This is aside our 1 inch sewing allowance. So I remeasured and I saw that I didn't use up the 1 inch. So now I'll be taking out about 1/2 inch allowance just to the point of the waistline. Before you do this, be sure that you have an excess. So I just placed it on folds just like you see me doing. So I'll go ahead and cut out about 1/2 inch down to that waistline point. After then, I can now go ahead to join my front piece to my back piece. So I'll be placing them just like you see me doing, with the right side facing each other. Align them properly, then go to my sewing machine and sew down the sides with my 1 inch sewing allowance. I'm done joining the sides together and this is what it looks like. And I've also done the same thing for my lining piece. The next thing I'll be doing is to add my sleeves. For this blouse, I'll be attaching 3 sleeves. I've cut out the first sleeve I'll be attaching to the upper parts of this blouse. So the measurement of the piece of fabric that I cut out is 3 inches for the width when on fold and 15.5 inches for the length. To get the measurement of this sleeve, I placed my tape at my underbust, which is about 13.5 inches, and from there I'll take it upwards and note what I have as the remaining. So as you can see, I have 5.5 that is remaining upwards, and when I take out the allowance, it will be 6 inches. And this is the amount that I took out from the front part of this blouse. And for the back part, I brought in my back pattern. I placed my tape on my waistline and on my bust line, and I measured out what I had remaining, which is about 8.5 inches. So adding 8.5 inches to the 6 inches for the front part, I'll be having 14.5 inches. Then I went ahead to cut out 15.5 inches as the length. This is including my 1 inch sewing allowance. For the second sleeve that is going to be at the side of the first one, I placed the fabric on fold and I'll be marking out a starting line. From the folded end, I measured out 5 inches as the width. Then the length of this sleeve will be 2.5 inches. I marked that out. And for the lower width, I measured out 6.5 inches. Then I'll go ahead and connect those 2 points together, just like you see me doing. Because I want this sleeve to have a curve, I'll just be going down with 1/2 inch to connect it to that point. Then also do the same thing on the bottom part. After then, I'll add 1/2 inch allowance around the whole sleeve. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. And with what I have, I'll go ahead and cut out a second piece. Opening this up, I'll place the right side facing each other, then go down to the sewing machine and sew all the sides with 1/2 inch. I'm done sewing together the first sleeve and the second sleeve, and this is what it looks like. And I'll be attaching it to my blouse. For the second piece that will go to the side, I'll be positioning it in place just like you see me doing, then pin it down with my office pin, and also I'll do the same for the other end on my back piece. For the back, you leave about 1/2 inch from the side stitch, then just go down and place it like you see me doing. So just watch carefully and do the same thing. For the first sleeve, I'll be placing it upwards, just close to the second sleeve. So watch carefully to see how I placed mine. Then I'll go ahead and pin this down. And for the other end of the sleeve, I'll make sure that I put it in order before attaching it to the back parts of my blouse. And I'll also be attaching it very close to the other sleeve. I'm done attaching the sleeves on my sewing machine, and this is what it looks like. Then I'll go over to the other part of my bust and I'll be carving out that area since we won't be adding any sleeve around there. The sleeves that I'll be attaching to that part will be on the fabric by the side when I'm done closing this up. For the curved design that we have at the bottom part of this blouse, I'll first of all find the midpoint of the front. Then at the sides where the front piece is joined with the back piece, I'll be going up by 2.5 inches on both sides. And from this design that we are recreating, there are two curves, a big one and a small one. So you have to first determine the part the big and the small curve will be on. Then from one end, I'll make a curve to meet the midpoint and also to the second point that I have marked out. And from the other side, I'm going to be making a smaller curve to meet that point. So this is basically how to go about the front curve. And for the back, from that same 2.5 inch that went up, I'll just connect it downwards just like you see me doing, and do the same thing on the other side. I tried to go up a little with 1 inch, but it's fine, you leave it like that depending on how long you want the back to be. I placed this on fold before cutting out so that I'll have equal parts. So I'm just going to start from the back, then move to the place I have my 2.5 inches, and I'll just stop at that point. So I held this together with office pins just to be sure it stays in place before cutting it out. I'll then go ahead and open this up, then cut out my front part according to the curve that I have. I can then go ahead to join my lining piece to the main fabric. I've placed my sleeves inwards just like you see me doing, and also I'll be placing the right side of the lining to face the right side of my fabric. And for the bottom part, I won't be cutting it out yet till I'm done joining the fabric to the lining. I'll be arranging this properly with the lining, and I'll pin down all the sides with my office pin. Then take this to my sewing machine and close it up with my 1/2 inch sewing allowance. I'm done joining my lining piece to the main fabric, and this is what it looks like. So you can see how I closed all the sides with 1/2 inch. On one end of the back of my blouse, I left a little bit opening from where I'll be turning this blouse to the right side. For the bottom part of my blouse, you can see what it looks like. Now I can go ahead to cut out the excess of the lining piece. I'll be notching all the sides of this dress so that when I turn it to the right side, it will be relaxed. I did this for the bottom part and also for the top part. And at the area where you have your sweetheart neckline, make sure you notch that part properly. After then, I can go ahead and turn this to the right side from that part that I have open. After turning this to the right side, I've gone ahead to iron it so that the shapes and the curves will come out nicely. And you can see how beautiful this blouse looks already. At the end where I have my opening, I'll be top stitching that part. So I've ironed it properly, and I'll just go ahead and make a top stitch around there. For the third sleeve, the one I'll be placing on the blouse, I've gone ahead to cut out a piece of fabric for it. This fabric is on fold, and just by the side of the bust area on the front part of the dress, I'll be attaching one side of the sleeve to it, and also I'll be attaching the other end of the sleeve to the back part of my dress, leaving about 1 inch from the side. And before you do so, make sure you fold it like so. I'll pin this down with my office pin, then take it to the sewing machine and sew it together. And for the back part, I'll be attaching my zip afterwards. So this zip that I have is quite longer than the length of the back piece. So I'll just go ahead and open it up like you see me doing, measure out the length that I'll be needing, and I'll cut off the excess. Then I'll take this to the sewing machine and attach the zip. This is what my third sleeve looks like after attaching it. And also, I'm done fixing the zip. You can see how neat the finishing of this blouse looks like, and also the curves came out well outlined, and the inside of this blouse is very neat as well. For the beaded design on this blouse, you have to outline the beading design that you want to achieve. So it can be any design, just be creative with this process. I already outlined the design that I want to recreate on a piece of paper, and I'll go ahead and transfer this to my main fabric. Once you're done drawing out your design, you can go ahead and bead it following the lines that you have. That's it for this tutorial, and I hope you found it helpful and valuable. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel and drop a comment. I'll see you on my next one.